choice. Those who will seek, they will find. I've been with you through all time. If you're thirsty, I will quench you with my love. If you're hungry, I will feed you with my word. And all I ask is that you love as I do. If you lose your way, I'll lead you to my love. From a sinful life, I'll cleanse you in my love. For creation bears a witness of my love. I'm like, click. Whoa, where'd that come from? Those words weren't there before. Whoa. So now I'm really like, I'm pacing back and forth in my room. I'm like, so I said, okay. I know what I'll do. I'll smoke a joint. That'll bring me down. Okay? That'll calm me down. That'll settle back. So I go out on the balcony of this hotel, and I sit there, and I'm starting to roll, and all of a sudden I look up in the sky. Now, Baba had told me in that last interview that he would come to me later. Now, I didn't know what that meant. Would he, send a little letter, get an appointment? Would I get an invitation? What the heck? So I'm sitting out there in the balcony, and I'm rolling. All of a sudden, I look up. There in the sky is an image of Baba from the ground to beyond the clouds. And I'm not talking about some faint image that if you stand on one foot, put your finger in your ear, and squeeze your nose and squint your eyes, you can see it. Orange robe, humongous moon-sized afro, eyeballs like that, looking at me. I say, I don't think I need this. Okay? We put this away. We don't need this. We don't need this. And Baba is looking at me, and I figure this is the kind of thing that should stop traffic. Okay? So I'm looking out to see if other people see this. Everybody else is going on about their business. I'm like, ah! And I'm looking, and this image of Baba lasted for like several minutes, maybe 5 minutes. In the clouds around appeared images of Christ and other beings that were all looking at this image of Baba. As I said, the image of Baba lasted for several minutes. The images of Christ lasted for 3 days. Whenever I looked into the sky and the clouds, there were images of Christ. In my hotel room, on the floor, the ceilings, and the wall, you know how you have little tiny roses, little tiny flowers on your wallpaper? I had little tiny Christ. Okay? And whenever I would sit to meditate, I would close my eyes to meditate, there would be this pinprick of light, like it was off in a distance, and it would advance and brighten and grow. And it was an image of the head of Christ that would become so bright, I could not keep my eyes closed. I mean, I'm sitting there like, whoa! Needless to say, this had a rather profound effect upon me. Okay? I have been into, as it says in a little thing that Rick wrote about me, I have been into a variety of things in my life. Life has not been dull, okay? And palmists look at my hand and they say, you don't mind being on the other side of the law. And I've been on the other side of it for a good chunk of my adult life. I was into a variety of things. I was an acupuncturist whose specialty was detoxing people from drugs. I was also a drug dealer. Job security. And I was into a host of extremely degenerate things, lots of women, orgies, pornography, all these different things, right? When I came off that balcony, I had several pornographic magazines that I had been carrying around with me for my peruse and also to sell in this part of the world because you get a lot of money for them. I came off that balcony, I went to my bag, I took these magazines, and I tore them into little tiny pieces. Now, creation was a piece of cake. Partner Red Sea, me tearing up my smut, that was a miracle. Okay? That was a miracle. And from that point on, my life changed. My priorities changed. I had been traveling around the world. Like I said, I was visiting the spiritual, healing, the drug, and sex capitals of the world. Half of my trip was negated. I was not interested in these things. In fact, it was funny. At one point, I remember I was in Nepal, and I ran into this woman who hit on me. And I was like not interested. She thought I was gay. I was like, whoa. So I started having a variety of experiences the rest of that trip. I get back home. I'm a different person. Now, one of the phenomena that happens when you first get turned on to Baba is you want to tell everybody else. Okay? You're like, I'm thinking, 60 Minutes, they should be here. What's wrong? They should know. What's wrong with these other Baba devotees? They haven't hooked them up. Call up Dan Rather. Get him over there. So I come back, and I'm trying to tell my friends all about, I met God. I met God. We were hanging out. We was really cool, And they're like, yo, Mike, what were you smoking over there, buddy? Did you bring any back with you? Okay, it's like, and quickly I get the message, shut up. The name of the game is to cleanse your own act and then go from there. So I come back home, and I start making changes in my life. Change can be a difficult thing. We get into habits, and it can be difficult to break out of those habits. And I was in a habit of making a lot of money. And so at one point, I decided, I knew that I had to get out of this drug business. I knew this, after meeting Baba, after that first interview, I knew I got to get out of this business. And at one point, I quit. I stopped getting high. I stopped dealing drugs. I went celibate. I just, lasted for about a month. Okay? Habits are hard to break. Or at the end of that month, I realized that I couldn't do this alone. I needed some help, all right? Because I was doing it from an ego space. I'm going to stop this. I remembered reading about a man who had wanted to stop drinking, and Baba said to him, drink. But every time you take a drink, dedicate it to me. Okay. Every time I smoked a joint, I dedicated it to him. Every time I sold a package, I dedicated it to him. And what started happening was, over a period of time, things just started falling away. One of the first things, though, that happened was, you come back from Baba and you do the Baba picture thing. Baba pictures everywhere. Now, my girlfriend of that period, at first she was happy because I stopped all the other women. But then I went celibate. She wasn't particularly happy about that. Okay? And now I got these pictures of Baba all over the place. And it's like, people are coming in and say, yo, Mike, what's up? Who is this dude? Why you have him plastered all over the place? And then things just started changing around me. Conversations started changing. All of a sudden, friends of mine who were into things that were spiritual and metaphysical but didn't talk about it because I wasn't into it. We started